right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We already got some people in the chat on YouTube and Instagram, I believe. So today is a special show. We got on a special guest, head coach, Troup County football, not too far from Noonan. One of the better teams. I feel like it's a surprise team, but really not a surprise team if you really know what's going on down here in the Grange. But I'm not going to take too much more of our time. Bring on the man, the myth, the legend, the man that's down there wearing the gold tee. Coach Glisson, how you doing, my friend?
Boy, that's like the best introduction I've ever had. I got to come on here more often, baby. You doing good, my friend?
Sir?
You doing good, my friend?
I can't complain, Coach. I can't complain. It's been sunny skies all day. It was a little hot.
Woo!
Can't complain.
You can't complain.
So, did y'all have practice today? Were you out in the heat?
Yeah. Today was the first day of acclimation. So, everybody's pretty much been doing, stuff all through the summer. But I guess today's the first official day for Georgia High School, to get everybody kicked off and ready to go. So, we went early this morning. With us having the indoor practice facility too is good. You can kind of get in the heat, get out of the heat, make sure the kids stay safe. So we'll go 5 days this week, Monday through Friday. We'll have our picture day on Saturday, and we'll put on the gear on Monday, baby.
So spring games on Monday?
We'll get into the to full pads on Monday. So you got to go those 5 days in helmets, and then we'll throw on the pads on Monday, and then we'll get boosted up, ready to play Callaway. So we're going to actually scrimmage them. That'll be on the first day of school for us. I think it's August the 7th, and it'll be popping, come the first Friday night. And no better way to kick off the school year, right? First day of school, have a game. Let's go.
Nah, absolutely. So I want to ask you, Coach, two things I want to ask you, but I'm going to start with, if you've been at Troup, I believe, since 2015. That was the year I graduated.
Yeah. Oh, man. Make me feel old, baby. Let's go. Coming into my 12th year, man. Yeah, you're right. 2015.
What's kept you around so long, man? That's a long time.
Yeah, well, I'm from Manchester, and so that's where I was born and raised. I played ball there. My dad played ball there. My mama went to school there. I was Manchester through and through, and that's all I ever wanted to be from the time I was knee-high to a grasshopper. I just wanted to be the head football coach at Manchester. And I got my chance in 2013. I became the head coach. I took over after legendary head coach Greg Oglesby, who won a state championship there. That's who I played for. And so that was my dream job, man. I was fired up, and but one of my best friends was on that staff over there with us. His name was Chip Metters, and Chip left to become administrator and became the principal at Troup High School. And so me and Chip and Jeremy Williams and Dale McGee and all of us, Tommy Parks, we were all intertwined there on some staffs. And, so those were kind of my mentor guys. And Chip called me and said, "Hey, man, I really want you to come be the head football coach at Troup." And, it was kind of like going away but not going away. I could go away, get out of hometown. It's really hard to follow a legend over there, after trying to follow Greg Oglesby. And they, seeing me as a younger coach, because at that time I was pretty young. And it was just a chance for me to get out of my comfort zone, to come over here. My mom still lives in Manchester, which is a 25-minute drive from my house. Ideal location over here, man. You sit right, below Noonan, right above Auburn. You'd be in Columbus in 30 minutes. And I just got here and fell in love with the place, man. My wife came over here with me. She's the principal at our feeder school. She's the principal at Long Cane Middle. And, man, you talking about making it work. Here I am, married to the middle school principal. So, we're able to tab in, to things down there on the feeder level.
Right.
And everybody just being real welcoming and stuff here at Troup High School, man. I just really never had a desire to leave. And, now also being the head baseball coach, so I'm double dipping, doing both, and just got a really great support staff, man, from the administration, our principal, all the way down to all the coaches, the people like J.C. Copeland and those people that make this thing go, man. I'm just the CEO, baby. I'm the gatekeeper.
There it is. Doing your best. Mark Cuban right there.
That's exactly right. Don't have quite the funding that he has, but you're exactly right.
Nah, not yet at least.
That's right.
That'll lead me to my next question, Coach. That was a perfect segue, so I appreciate that. But you do baseball and football. So you're already year round with football, but but y'all just came up, I think, a state championship run. I think y'all were the runner up. So just how do you juggle all that?
Yeah, we won the state championship last year in baseball, and we were the runner-ups this year. And it goes back to my roots in Manchester. The big deal is growing up in Manchester in the 80s, if they rolled a ball out there, you played. I mean, you played, man. If it was baseball, basketball, football, tennis, golf, whatever, if they rolled a ball out there, us kids in the community, we just went and played, man. You didn't have all the stuff that we have now. We just went and played ball. And we'd play ball till mama made us come home. I really, when I got to Troup, there were a lot of kids specializing, just doing one thing. And it was really disappointing to me because they're, again, coming from Manchester, small school, even in 2014, 13, those kids were still playing everything. And so anyway, make a long story short, our baseball coach left in July. And it was hard to find a baseball coach. And so they came to me and just said, hey, would you do it for 1 year? And so I said, yeah, I'll do it for 1 year. I know all the kids, and I wanted to get some of the football kids out there playing baseball. And here we are 6 years later, man, and we're rocking and rolling. We won a state championship. We just played for another state championship. We've been to 2 semifinals in football. But it goes back to being able to do it is I've got a staff of about 28 coaches from Long Cane Middle School to the high school and in both sports. So I've got about 28 to 30 coaches. Try to hire really, really good people. I'm more about hiring good people than I am, about the X's and O's. My daughter graduated from Troup last year, and my middle son's a senior, and I've got an 8th grade son that plays football and baseball. And I just want them being coached by good people, man. And I feel like that sports, and particularly football, is one of the last really hard things and fair things that we got in this country. It doesn't matter who your mom is, it don't matter who your daddy is, it don't matter you black, white, purple, pink, it don't matter. When you put that helmet on, hey, you better ball. You better, it don't matter if you're the Booster Club president kid or what. You got to ball. It just is what it is. I just love that aspect about it, man, because I love people. And so, I just really, I look at it and think that I've got I get to job, not I got to job. I get to do this, man. I get to come to work every day with these kids and the coaches that we surround, put around them. And it's just a blessing. And I look at it as a mission field. God has called me to be in education and be around kids. And I don't always get it right now. There's a lot of times where I fumble the ball, man. I do. I get frustrated and I do certain things, but I'm the first one to stand up in front of our team and say, hey, man, I made a mistake. I screwed up, man. I should have done it. I wish I would have done it this way. And I think kids seeing you be a little vulnerable, back, probably about the time you started coming through, it used to be you just did it because the head coach said do it. You didn't ask no questions, but those days are over. We want to ask questions. We want kids asking questions. We even put a lot of kids in college football and baseball, a lot of kids, man. But, there's only 2 or 3 of them still in the NFL right now. Everybody else is working, and it's those life lessons, man, that we create in the locker room and on the field and through hardships and adversity that I live in this community amongst the kids that I coach, man, and that's a blessing to see them, doing great things for the community and being good husbands and fathers and those kind of things.
So in your words, describe what is a Troup County athlete, young man, student?
Yeah. So number one, these kids over here are tough. They're tough. And the parents in Troup County in general, and when I say Troup County, I'm talking about Troup High School. You got LaGrange High School here. You got Callaway High School. But these kids, their parents want them coached tough. Yeah, they let you coach them now. We coach the piss out of them. We go, man. And the parents support us. The parents back that up. They want it to be an extension of their family and their household. They want them out of gangs. They want them off the streets. They want them doing right. They want hard love on them. A lot of them are single mamas, that they're looking to us to help, be that village, and so number one, the Troup kid's tough, man. He's tough. You ain't got to get the Troup kid on the bus, baby. They play and they like competition. The harder it is, the better they like it. you know, and their pride. They got a lot of pride, man. They play with pride. They carry themselves with pride. They want to be great. There's a lot of things that are trying to get their attention, trying to pull them away from school, pull them away from ball, you know, and all those kind of things. But these kids get up and come to work every freaking day, man, and they work their tails off. And I tell them how much I love them every day for just showing up, man, just showing up, because they don't have to do it, man. They don't have to do it. They can just be at the house playing video games. And
right.
but these guys are getting up. You know, we talk a lot, man. It's almost like you know, we're co-workers. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, man, I'm right there with them. I'm in the foxhole with them and working. And, you know, there's got to be a little bit of hierarchy to it. But, I mean, a lot of times I put myself on the same level with the kids, man, and let them make a lot of decisions. Let them, you know, I'm always trying to be the wise voice in the room and try to be the voice of reason and talk about why I think we need to do certain things. But at the end of the day, I can't make anybody do anything. They got to want to do it. You know, and so I got to paint the picture and show them what it could be like if they do it this way and how they can benefit from it. And to me, that's what leadership is, you know, is getting somebody to do something that I want them to do, but because they want to do it for you. You know, they want to do it. You're not making them do it. They want to do it. And that's the true kid all through and through right there.
Nah, that's where that youth comes in. Youthful coach, you know how to relate and talk to the kids, man. 100%.
Yeah, I mean that's the big deal, man. And these kids got so much, man, going on that we didn't have going on. I mean, I respect the heck out of them just because. I mean, there are so many things with technology and cell phones and streets and girls and all kind of stuff and driving. You know, just turning 16, man. Just getting that truck. You know, getting that car. You know, and I think go do whatever they want to do, and they show up every stinking day and work their tails off, man. And that's why I'm the first one in the foxhole with them, man. It's one of those things, man. I can talk bad about them, but nobody else better say a word about them.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's just the way we roll.
So I noticed on your social media on Instagram, y'all have documented. I mean, the season, you know, do mixes, kind of like a little time capsule. So kind of, you know, some coaches they're like, they allow it, but they don't, you know, necessarily have it on camera that's following them, documenting them. Patty camp practices. What? How did that come about for Troup County?
Man, I mean, we're an open book, man. We're an open book. Those kids want to see it out there. I mean, they want to see themselves out there, man. I appreciate what you guys do, and I mean, we got so many media people that are friends of our program that put out good stuff about Troup and about our kids, and kids like seeing that. It's my job to get those kids notoriety and get them out there and get them in front of people like you, and let the social media take over and get them the respect that they deserve. And one cool thing is we got a guy named Bill Ackenberger who is embedded with us. He started today. He was a sports editor in New York. He's writing a book on the season this year. And so, the whole season. So started today in day one, and he'll go through our last game, and it's a book about the season. He's already got somebody at the University of Georgia who's going to publish the book. And man, we're fired up about it, but we're open policy, man. I mean, people that want to come in and help our kids with a platform, and you know, I mean, we're all open, man. We welcome that, and that's part of it, man. That's things that as a head coach you got to adapt to that and use that to your benefit, and you know, and there's nothing we're trying to hide, you know. So, I mean, there's no fear on my end. There are times it gets a little hectic in games, you know, because you got games going on, and you just got to make sure we stay focused and respect the game as a kid, you know. Even if you know, just rush for, you know, take Javaris Warner, he just rushed for 250 yards. I take him out of the game. Well, I want him coaching that freshman up to that game's over with. You know, when the game's over with, man, do it, dog. I'll get you a podium out there if you want it. And, you know,
I might have to call you.
Yeah, I mean, do it, man. And, you know, but the biggest thing is, man, is people like you guys that get our message out there. Because if you're not getting your message out there, somebody else is, man.
Right.
You know, and so I welcome coming on shows like this to talk about who we are, and hopefully the Troup Nation's proud of who we become.
Yeah, I think they will, Coach. So you had a New Yorker come down, wants to write a book on this team, which means that this team has got to be expected to go pretty far in the postseason. Now, I caught the tea leaves there, Coach.
Pressure's a privilege, baby.
Absolutely. Great power comes great responsibility.
That's right.
Unfortunately, he couldn't get the ball rolling. Last week we out at the Thomas County Central for probably what was the best Patty camp to be at in the state of Georgia.
Man, it was on like neck bone, baby. It was a 2-day war. And but man, we love it down there. We've been going down there. I think this was our 5th year. And so we go, we spend the night, we stay in the gym. This year it was us, Thomas County and Creekside. And man, I mean, you talking about 2 fantastic teams to go cut your teeth against. And those teams are absolutely loaded. And we went down there and held our own pretty good. And it came out there with a lot of respect, I think, that we earned down there. We don't have quite the depth that some of those teams got. You know, Thomas County dressed out 185 players down there at the camp, you know, and we're sitting at right about 100. But there's a big gap for us, too, as far as, you know, I'm real cautious about putting a 14-year-old ninth grader out there against an 18-year-old 4-star, 5-star defensive tackle. You know, you got to be real careful with that. You know, you don't want to hunt those dogs till they're ready. You know, get them in the crock pot, take care of them, you know, because they're the future and you don't want to run them off, you know. But when we went down there, man, it is one of the best padded camps in the state of Georgia. You do kickoff turn, all your special teams. It's fast, it's furious. There's a lot of fans there. There's a lot of media there. They got unbelievable facilities. And then to mention the teams that are there, you know, with Thomas County and Creekside, they were a combined 30-0 last year. So, you know, our little 10-2 record, we come down there and jump in there with the big boys straight up.
I don't say little 10-2, man. That's something to stand on. That's something to, you know what I mean, definitely throw the program on for sure. But I know the first day highlights came out. Javaris had a big run. But
you see me getting hyped up in the end zone?
I did. I saw that. I said, yeah.
That was a good run you're going to see, man. I mean, Javaris is committed to Duke. He's actually from your area. He's up around the Noonan area. His mama went to the high school in Noonan, moved down here. She remarried, went to Long Cane. He's a phenomenal player, but a phenomenal kid. When I talk about like a mama that wants her baby coached hard, oh my goodness, Natasha, she is on it like white on rice. She don't play in that classroom. I think he's got close to a 4.0 GPA. She does not play. And she stays on top of it. Matter of fact, I'm driving to go get something to eat right after that little padded camp. She calls me on the phone. So I saw that, and I saw you get all fired. I said she had already seen the video and stuff. And but you know, Javaris Warner's a phenomenal player. He's got everything you can ask for. He can catch the ball at the backfield. He can go between the tackles. He's got the speed, the agility. The biggest deal for Javarius is last year as a junior, he pretty much played the season about 183, 184. Today he's about 195. You know, so adding those 10 to 12 pounds of muscle is really, really good for him. It'll really help him when he gets to the ACC. You know, he got to go up against those dudes. But he's a phenomenal player. He's grown so much maturity-wise in the last couple of years, man. He's a little prankster. He likes to get in there and stir things up and get them going. But I've seen a lot of maturity. He still likes to have fun. But when it's time to get serious, he gets serious. And I'm really, really proud of him. And, he'll probably be graduating early. Going off to Duke in the spring. So, we've got a few more months together, and I'm excited to see what his career is going to look like.
Nah, definitely. I hope y'all send him off the right way with a ring, man. But I got to ask about just the defensive side of the ball. I will say, I know, you talked about depth. When I saw y'all against Noonan, I saw some young guys. They were a little smaller in size, but I seen some athletic playmakers out there. But I want to ask you specifically just about the special pass rush y'all got. I mean, I kind of run a 3-4 system. I'm guessing.
Yep. A little bit of 3-4. We'll get in a little 4-2-5 a little bit, and but JC likes to come at folks, and he likes to bring pressure, and So we wasn't fully loaded up there in Noonan, but that's kind of what we got going.
I'm saying number 9, opposite of JC.
Jeremiah Culpepper, baby.
No,
not Culpepper.
Not Culpepper.
Okay.
The other young man.
All right. So who is that?
Number 8.
Jamari Brown, maybe.
That's it.
Yep. All right. So Jamari Brown is opposite Culpepper. Culpepper's committed to Ole Miss, and Jamari plays the opposite end of that. He's a little bit more of our rush speed type guy. Jamari weighs probably about 195, 200. Jamari has been everything from a running back to a linebacker to a DN. And he's another guy. He may not be a SEC player, but he's going to play college football. He really had a good camp down there at Thomas County, man. I mean, he really did well. He chases the ball really, really good. He's really good in space. So he's a little bit undersized right down there coming off the edge. But with the way JC uses him, he's able to get involved in some other things and things on the perimeter. And there again, that's another mama. When you talk about it, his mama, I mean, she's a single parent. And she wants him coached really, really hard. She's been in the education field, so she gets it. And Jamar is a great kid, man. I've known him. The great thing about this class is my son's in this class. So, like, I've known all these guys, man, for 10 years, playing rec ball. And we all had a swimming party today. And last week we went bowling. And I mean, it's just a great group. I'm really going to just cherish every day that I get to spend with these guys before they graduate because I've been knowing them all so long, man. But Jamari Brown, he's a good one, man. He can play.
100%. So, like I said, Coach, I know I'm asking a couple more questions about the camp with Najeh because you probably will, but I don't want to keep you in the fire too long.
No, man, you good. Shoot off, man. Let's go.
Just what players stood out to you the most? And what players and what about your team stood out to you the most? So, two things.
Yeah, down at OTAs at Patty Camp. The biggest deal is, I mean, you go down there to figure out how you match up. I mean, when you're playing Thomas County and Creekside, you want to see who's going to run and who's going to dig in and play ball. And I thought we played extremely tough. I thought we were fast. I thought we were physical. I thought our special teams were really, really good. I thought McCarty Harrelson, who's committed to Georgia Tech, I thought he punted and kicked the ball very, very well. I thought our kick coverages were really, really good on both sides of the ball. Our protections were good. I thought our offensive line did a really good job holding their own because those two teams have tremendous defensive lines. It's probably the strength of their teams down there, those D lines. And so I thought we did a really, really good job with that. Coach Rippey is coming to us from Villa Rica to help us coach offensive line. Him and Coach Lawson do a phenomenal job. They did a great job. I think our quarterback, man, is so underrated. So it's Chase Mosley. Chase Mosley is our shortstop in baseball. He's committed to Georgia Southern. If he wasn't committed to Georgia Southern, he'd be rolling in a lot of offers, man, because this joker can flat sling it. He's calm. He's cool. He's collected. Every time we go up to Noonan, and I say Chip Walker, he loves Mosley, and Thomas County coaches were raving about him too. Said he's got one of the fastest releases they've ever seen, and the kids like him. I mean, so he's a great leader. So I thought he did a phenomenal job. I thought our secondary played really well down there. I mean, we've been hard on our secondary guys because we thought that's where we need to improve the most. From people like Markel Smith, Jordan Banks, KJ McQueen. KJ's committed to Coastal Carolina. Davis Munkus is playing out there at the corner. He's committed to TCU to play baseball. The other corner's Gavin Todd. And then we'll roll in Javaris Warner, Blaze Bell, some of those guys to play that corner spot. But I thought those guys played really, really good. I thought Terrence Reeves, our Sam linebacker, played really, really well. We're going to probably end up starting a freshman at the wheel linebacker, RJ Dunn, transferred to us from Callaway. He's also a baseball player, but he's probably a 195-pound freshman that can run. Really, really, really good player. On the other side of the ball too, Tristan Moss, running back. That's a name to remember now. Freshman running back, 215 pounds. He's a bruiser. I thought my son Chandler Glisson had a really good camp down there. He's grown a lot. He's 6'4", 220 now. I don't know where he gets that height from, but he did a phenomenal job. Trey Dean at receiver stood out. So I just thought, as a team, I thought we played really, really well, man. I thought we got after it, and it was 24 hours of nonstop ball, man, and just competing, and I thought we held our own.
100%. From the sources I talked to, they both said they were thoroughly pleased with what they saw, and they feel like that y'all surprised people go a long way. The same thing I echoed at the beginning of the show.
The big thing too is I think we're going to find out pretty quick. We played Callaway week 2. We played LaGrange week 2, and then week 3 we played Calhoun. Mm-hmm. Calhoun's going to be probably the number. Sandy Creek will probably be number 1. Calhoun will be in the top 5. And then on the back end of that schedule is Peach County for in our region. So that's going to be a tough one. Mary Person is going to be good, but we'll find out pretty quick with LaGrange and Calhoun coming up.
And like, you structured this schedule fairly well. You got a lot of big games at home. That's a feather in the hat.
Yeah, yeah. You know, with the thing now is with the power rankings. You know, that's a big deal. How things are going to go down now. You got to play good competition, man. You got to toughen that schedule up. It helps you grow as a team, but then it also helps you in the power rankings. If you play good people, you get rewarded for playing good people.
100%. Like I said, Coach. Last question for me about the camp, just in general about the paddock camps, just because not only did you go to TCC, which was physical, you also went to Central Carrollton, had Sandy Creek,
Yeah.
Central Carrollton, and other schools. I think Westlake was there too.
Yeah, Westlake was there. Yeah.
Do you ever question going to a lot of physical paddy camps, but how your team's gonna hold up? You know, I mean, it's gonna be a long season ahead.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it was kind of a tale of two different camps for us because the Central camp, Carrollton, was in June, and we still had a lot of our baseball players still playing baseball. So you're talking about Davis Monkeys, Chase Mosley, Trey Dean, Rylan Cantrell. I mean, you probably had Courtney Wilson. I mean, you probably had 8 to 9 of our guys playing baseball. Yeah, and they may come for a day and not come for a day, or not practice and just come to the. So in June, I'm for it. I like to do 7-on-7s in June and get these guys on campus. Go to Florida State, go to Auburn, go to Georgia State, wherever you can to go try to get these guys on campus. Is what I like to do in the month of June. We're not going to pass up a paddock camp. You can't do 2 of them in July. You got to do one. If you're going to do 2, you got to do 1 in June, 1 in July. So we're not going to pass it up. So we try to do that the last week before the dead week, as late as possible. But there were some good teams there too. It's kind of structured a little bit differently, so it's not quite as physical. You don't have any special teams. So the special teams aspect, when you go down to Thomas County Central, it feels like more like a game type scenario. Down at Thomas County, you don't do things like at Central. We did like 1-on-1s. We did inside, perimeter, those kind of things. Down at Thomas County Central, you're like playing a game. You're playing special teams, and it's 11-on-11. There's no 1-on-1s. There's no inside, which is, that other stuff has its place too. But getting able to put people in conflict, whether it's run or pass, instead of just 7-on-7 or inside, is really you got to put people in conflict, see how they're going to respond. They can't cheat the drill, so to speak. And both of them serve a good purpose, and we saw good teams at both.
No, for sure. So I want to ask you about the coach's son. You talked about that earlier. Just how is that? Being a head coach, it's man's success. But you also got to be a father too. Like, that's my son. I see. You know what he goes through on a regular basis. Not saying that he's going through anything, but you know how it is in life. So how do you balance that?
Well, the biggest thing is, number one, you got to try to coach and treat every kid on the staff like it is your son. I mean, if you do that, then it should take care of itself, right? So if you're treating every kid like you have a hand in his upbringing and you're part of that village to help raise them, then, my son just falls right in line with everybody else, when we're at Troup High School. But this is one thing I tell him, and we tell our players all the time. My love for him and love for those kids is not caught up in winning and losing. It ain't about that, man. I mean, it ain't about it. I'm not going to love them any more or any less based on what the scoreboard says, right? It's the process that you love being with them through the process. You love seeing them grow. They're going to be failures, man. They are going to be failures. And so the first thing that we want to do at Troup High, we don't want to tie our love for you and how much we care for you into what you can do for us. It's not about if you're a starter or no. If you're in our program and you come to work every day, now everybody's not going to get treated the same. I don't treat my daughter the same way I treat my son. I don't treat my 8th grader the same way I treat my 11th grader, 12th grader. I mean, there's different levels to this thing too now. But the love is unconditional love. And that's the biggest thing. And I guess me and my wife Whitney, I guess we've done something right. I think he wants to coach. And we'll see where that takes him. And but he's a good kid, and so he's really made it easy on his mom and I to love him and to and to be hard on him. And he's just a great overall kid, man. Fits in really, really good with the locker room. Great teammate. Teammates love him. He's got a great sense of humor. So, yeah, I'm really proud of him, but it's really easy. There's no magic sauce to that.
Nah, that's a great answer, Coach. Family man to the fullest. I like to hear that, brother. Next question for me is, we gotta take a look at. We got a couple comments here. I think it's disregard the comments.
Okay. Yeah, man.
This is Brendan Posey -M69. Not sure if you know what this is. He said, "What's up?" Second question, he said, or second comment, how many championships have you won?
Well, state championships, 0 in football. We won the baseball state championship. Football, we have played for 2 semifinals. But we have never, the 2 teams that we had that were in the semifinals, I thought were championship worthy. There was somebody named Trevor Lawrence that was sitting out there that was pretty stinking good.
Right.
And another year we lost to Benedictine down at Benedictine.
Yeah.
And they had a really, really good team in the semifinals. Get this, there's until we won the baseball state championship, there had been no state championship in Troup in your big 3 sports. In baseball, football, and basketball, nobody had ever won the state championship in those 3 major sports at Troup. So we feel like we're knocking on the door. I feel like we get better and better every year as coaches. Us winning the state championship in baseball last year has really helped me too as a coach and kind of see certain things that we can put into our football program that may be able to help us in that regard and get where we want to go. And so we're still looking for that elusive state championship in football.
100%. So hold that thought about what you said about how winning the baseball championship has helped you kind of see the vision a little more clearly in football. But we do have, Javaris is in the chat. He said, "Yo,
yo."
Jacob Carlton was the reporter who did a great job putting out a lot of the clips from the TCC camp. He said, "Glad I got to see the Troup County boys at TCC. They are the real deal." So shout out to Jacob Carlton.
Well, I appreciate that. They do a phenomenal job down there, man. They the coverage down there was great, and appreciate what he does for high school athletics, man.
100%, definitely shout out to Jacob. So what specifically, without revealing too much, I know you want to keep some things in the tuck, but what specifically would you learn from winning on another sport that's kind of fueling this championship?
Yeah, so the biggest deal is when we won the state championship in baseball, we knew we had a really great team. We knew we had a chance to win it. Very similar to our football team this year. Matter of fact, it's a lot of the same kids. But the biggest deal is we didn't focus on winning. We just focused on getting better and stacking days on top of days. And I think Nick Saban was really the first one I really think about that brought that up. That's about the process, and it's not because if you start focusing on winning, and it's all about talking about we got to win this game, we got to do this, then people start pressing. They start getting a little stressed. They start, let's just say you go down 7-0 in the first quarter. People start looking at the scoreboard, and so that baseball, when we won the baseball state championship, man, we literally had to just take it one pitch at a time, and there was so much pressure. So we're playing in such hostile environments and on biggest of stages that we could be in high school baseball that it really took all your undivided attention every single play just to have a good play, a good pitch, a good at bat, or whatever. And so I think that's the secret to the football as well. If you can just take it one play at a time and one play, and I know that's a cliche, but I'm telling you right now that has a lot of truth to it. If every play just has a life of its own, and then you move on to the very next play and it has a life of its own, and you keep stacking those things at the end of the ball game, you'll probably look up on the scoreboard and you'll have won the game. But I think earlier in my career, I talked a lot more about winning than what I am right now. I mean, we're not talking about winning. I hadn't even brought it up. Everybody knows we're going to be good. Right. The biggest deal is we're just talking about how do we get better, man? How do we get better each and every day? And also on top of taking care of the little things, especially you have little bitty problems that creep into your locker room. Those little problems can become big problems. All right, but if you take care of the little things that kids and sometimes even assistant coaches do not think are really big issues, you better go ahead and address them early on so that way they don't creep their way into your locker room. And if you're a really good steward of little things, like it says in the Bible, you'll be given more. And so that's the biggest deal. Those two things. Not going to focus on winning. We're going to focus on stacking days and attention to detail. And I think more in my career up until that point, I probably had not put enough attention to detail that I should to get us over the hump. So I feel like I'm a better coach. I feel like I've been able to hire better coaches, that have that trait about them. And so hopefully it'll pay off this year.
100%. That was another man. Great answer after great answer. J.C. Copeland, I believe this is his first year as DC.
Actually, second year. He's going into year number 2. Yep.
Just talk about we know he's a great hire, but just talk about him. Your personal relationship. How y'all bond. You got to man over your defense. Defense wins championships.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm a defensive guy. So JC's relationship, mine and his relationship goes all the way back to Manchester. Okay. JC was a player for me when I was coaching defense at Manchester when he was a 9th and 10th grader. Okay. And then his family moved over to Troup County. I picked up the phone and I called a buddy of mine, Bubba Jeter, who is now back coaching with us, legendary coach here in LaGrange. And I said, hey, you got a D lineman coming, and Merry Christmas, because he is a good one. And so Bubba met him at the front door. I just wanted to really make sure that JC was taken care of. And we had a good relationship. Bubba takes JC in under his wing, becomes his godfather to this day. He's still JC's godfather. Just got JC married here, about a month or so ago. Right. And JC's been with me now for 11 years, man. And obviously I knew him as a player. He played for me. But there's nobody that I'd rather have my back than JC. He's really grown as a coach. He's a great motivator, number one, great role model for the kids. He communicates really well with them, and he works his daggone tail off, man. I mean, he's a grinder. He works. He works them in the weight room. He's tough. JC was a phenomenal player down at LSU. My wife and I would slide off and go down there and see him play, and the same kind of intensity that he played with, he demands from his players. And so he'll be a good head coach one day, man. And he loves Troup High School. This is where he graduated from. He's got roots here. Has a beautiful daughter, Jersey, that's going to grow up on him really fast. And but he's done a phenomenal job, man, and he's got a bright future ahead of him as long as he wants to coach.
That's a blessing. We'll shift into some more laid-back questions, Coach. First one is, you kind of like Steve Spurrier with the hat on. I'm not going to lie to you. Who do you feel like you draw your most influence from as a coach?
Yeah, man, there's been a lot. There's been a lot of guys that poured into me. Goes all the way back to my playing days at Manchester when you had Greg Oglesby and Zeke Gear, and being on the staff with Tommy Parks and Chip Metters and Dale McGee, and Jeremy Williams was a major influence on my life in general. He was my quarterback coach when I was a player at Manchester. I played quarterback there. And so Jeremy was the head coach. Was the quarterback coach. And then we all started going certain different ways. Jeremy became the head coach at Greenville High School. And so Jeremy, Chip Metters, Dale McGee, and I went to Greenville. And Jeremy died here about, I guess it's been about 10 years now of ALS. And they did a book about him, did a video about him. Great role model, FCA guy. He just, man, more so, I always think about Jeremy, and I always remember the things that he did more than the things that he said. Just how he carried himself. I saw as he while I was playing quarterback at Manchester, his dad passed away. And so we would go out to the house to check on him, during that time, and how he carried himself and how positive he was. And, he was just a good servant for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, man. He just did a phenomenal job. And I would have to say there's been a lot of good ones, but he's up there on the pedestal when it comes to a mentor and somebody I looked up into in this profession.
100%. I'm going to bring on my co-host, Najeh Wilkins, and I'm going to let him chime in since I've been running.
There he is. Oh, look at him. You can't hide money. He got the piano in the background and everything else, man. Let's go. Let's go.
What's going on, Coach? How you doing?
What's up, yo? How you been?
I've been good, man. It's good to see you as always.
Man, it's good to see you, man. Thank you guys for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime, Coach. We're going to have you a welcome guest after today.
Let's go, baby.
Yes, sir. So, Coach, I want to ask you, I know Bacon got some really good questions. I want to ask you just tell us about the rivalry, Coach, down there, man, with you guys in LaGrange. I got to ask, man, what makes that one special, Coach?
Man, I'm telling you, so when I first came over here, people tried to tell me about it. And I was like, look, it's more about the season than it is one game, and blah, 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 blah. And they said, okay, you wait till you lose a game and see what happens. And this thing is rough, man. This thing is Auburn, Alabama. I mean, it is on, brother. And it's families divided, the town's divided. You know, you got Callaway, and this is no disrespect to them, but they're kind of out on the outskirts. You know, they're typically not in the same region, right? We're usually in Quad A, and they're usually in Double A. So with us in LaGrange, it can be a lot of region games going on. We're lucky enough right now to be 7-4 against those guys. If we can make it 8-4 this year, you know, they liable to build a statue over here or something about that. And I mean, it's you know, I mean, look, number one, they do a phenomenal job. To have a good rivalry, you got to have two good teams. You know, I mean, it's not a rivalry if somebody's just winning all the time, right? And so, you know, they've done a really good job. Coach Napier's done a fantastic job bringing those guys back. I think he is the third or fourth head coach that I've gone against in the 12 years that I've been here. So they finally got some stability over there. They've been to 2 semifinals also. They hadn't won a region like we have, but they've been to 2 semifinals. We beat them pretty good last year. And so I'm sure they're going to be ready to go this year and try to get some revenge on us. So we better be ready, and it's coming early.
Facts. It is coming early, Coach. And do y'all give out the trophy for this rivalry or no?
No, they don't. But you know what? That they need to do something now, or give out a paycheck or something. You know.
There it is.
That works too, Coach. Most definitely. So you talked earlier about the power ranking, so I won't ask you about that, Coach. But when you look at kind of being able to be that team that gets to where you guys want to go, already won a region championship, right? But I know one of the expectations is win the state championship. How does Troup County go about doing that? Yeah,
I think it just goes back to what I said earlier about, you know, being a head coach in baseball and winning the state championship in baseball just taught me so much, man, about people. I mean, people ask me all the time, well, how does baseball translate to football and football to baseball? It's still about people, man. It's still about people. I mean, you got to have really good players. You know, I mean, we got players going to Ole Miss. We got them going to Duke. And people will text me all the time and say, man, you're doing a great job getting those guys recruited. No, I'm just their biggest fan. I'm just their biggest fan, man. So number one is you got to get good people. But you know, the lessons that I learned when we won the state championship in baseball and almost pulled off a repeat this year, it is very simple. It is, number one, you have good players. If you don't have good players, you don't have a chance. Number two is stacking good days on top of good days. You know, just keep stacking days, man. Keep doing the things the right way and try to make sure that you're paying attention to the smallest of details, the smallest of things. Candy wrapper on the floor in the locker room. Kid coming out with the wrong shoes on or not having cleats on or not doing it. Those things matter, man, because here's the deal. If you train those kids to act a certain way and take care of the little things, when the heat gets on and you need them to do great big things, you know that they're going to come down to the level of their training and they're going to have a set discipline about them, you know. And so that's what we try to do. Now, there again, I'm not the guy. I'm a player's coach. I'm not the guy that, right, you're going to do it because I said do it. I'm going to try to convince you that this is the right way, you know, and I've got to be a good salesman. You know, I got to be a good seller of the vision. You know, I've got a thing that's posted up on my wall right before you go into my office. It's the Oklahoma head coach, Brent Venables, talks about the number one job of the head coach is to paint the vision for the organization about where we're trying to go. You know, and also there's a quote out there, and I really, really, really like this quote. It talks about, I love the dreams of the future better than the history of the past. All right.
Time, Coach.
Yeah. What's that?
Say that one more time.
I love the dreams of the future better than the history of the past. All right. So you're always trying to paint the vision going forward. What does it look like going forward? And look, it's different for everybody.
Right.
I mean, this kid might be just trying to get out of Troup County. This might be his only way out. This kid over here knows he's getting out. He might not be going to play college football. He just wants to win a ring. This kid over here just wants to be around his friends. And so you're trying to get all that in there and mix it up, and everybody get what they want, but together we all succeed, right? And so that's the hard thing, is I tell you this, I've never coached female sports, but I've always heard, and some people may disagree with this, but I've always heard that it's easier to coach females in a team sport than it is males, because we're about rah, 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 right? We're about me. We want to throw hands. We want to be on the pedestal. And women are nurturers by nature. They nurture people, right? And so they kind of buy into the team concept, where we're a bunch of individuals. And so the teams that succeed are the ones that takes those individuals and can mold them into something special and check your egos at the door and your pride at the door and all those things. And that's when the magic happens. Now, can we create that magic? I hope so. That's the plan. We worked really hard on the culture. So we're going to see how it plays out, but you never really know till adversity hits.
Period. And speaking of, you just said, Coach, that you're a player's coach. So when adversity hits, like, who do you lean on? Like, who are some senior captains, some players that you lean on to be able to relay that message and be able to kind of stand out?
Yeah, that's a great question. And first and foremost, it starts with me first, right? Because I'm going to have adversity. They're going to watch how I go through the adversity. They're going to see what I do and see if I'm a hypocrite. See if I'm being two-faced, seeing how I'm going to respond when things don't go my way, when we get a bad call by the referee or something like that. So I've got to lead by example. Then it's got to trickle down to the coaches. And then it's got to trickle down to our leadership group. And then it's got to trickle down to the rest of the team. So it's a trickle-down effect. Urban Meyer talks about it. He says it's the 95-5 rule. If you're not careful, you spend 95% of your time with 5% of the population. You're trying to get those 5% to do right. Well, we try to focus on the top 5% a little bit more. You think about this, my wife's a principal, right? And she'll come home all the time, and I'll ask her about a kid, and she's like, I don't know that kid. And she'll pull it up, and that kid has straight A's, no discipline referrals, right? And that's why she don't know them. They don't get in trouble. They don't go to the office. You know what I mean? And that's a shame, right? That we're not able to really get in there with them, create those relationships, because we're always worried about the ones that do get in trouble, how we're going to create this behavior, what we're going to do. So we try to focus on the top 5% of our team and try to see how many folks we can get in that boat. The Javaris Warners, Cole Peppers, Chase Mosleys. How many guys can we get to get in the boat with them and then have that trickle-down effect to the rest of the team? Because if you're not careful, you're going to spend a large amount of time with that subgroup down there at the very bottom. And then you got all these other guys who are doing it right, man. And so a lot of times, we just want to recognize what kids are doing right. And these days, look, let me tell you this. When we were all coming up, at least for me in Manchester in the 80s, being a white boy playing football in Manchester in the 80s, baby, I was the only skilled white dude out there. You get what I'm saying? But if somebody told me you can't do something, guess what I was going to do? I'm going to show you I can do it.
Yeah.
A coach said you can't do it. You're not good enough. You're too small. You ain't. Let me show him. I was determined, right? But nowadays, if you tell a kid they can't do something, then I guess he's right. I can't do it. And that motivation factor ain't there as much, right? So we got to be a little bit more positive thinking. We got to encourage. We got to install confidence. Those things more so than beat them down. Well, you beat them down a little bit, but you better be boosting them back up in a hurry. You can't let them stay down for long, man. I think that's the biggest. People want to talk about kids have changed and this. I think the biggest change in my mind is that right there. Because, I just remember guys that are about my age and a little bit older, it was kind of like that was the motivation tool. You can't do something. You're too small. Y'all ain't good enough. And we got motivated by that. And now it's a little bit different. You got to play a little bit more mental game. You got to keep them positive. You got to boost them up. You got to install confidence in guys. And I think that's a big deal, man. That's what we try to do in our program.
Love that, Coach. I think that was a great answer, man, and really in depth because, like you said, it's different. I think, say for us, we was a little bit after you, Coach. We was 90s, but same thing. You gonna tell us we can't do something? I'm gonna try to go prove you wrong.
Yes, 100%.
You know what I'm
100%. But we're losing that slowly but surely. We're starting to lose that a little bit. And I don't know if that's just maybe at home. You know, people don't sit around the dinner table like they used to do. And you know, the connection there, you know, talking face to face and breaking bread together. That's one thing we do at Troup now. I'm going to tell you that. We're going to eat. And we're going to all sit down and we're going to break bread together before we go home.
Yeah.
And we're going to look at each other in the eyes and we're going to talk about our days and socialize and hang out. Because teams that break bread together usually stay together, you know. But I think a little bit of that's at home, right? Because where does people get affirmation from nowadays?
Phone.
Yes, literally.
How many clicks I got? This and that. I mean, that's where they get affirmation from, right here, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But look, you know, when things go bad, this here ain't here to pick you up, man. They beat you down. They stomp on you.
Yeah.
They want to see you down because they ain't down, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think it's really important that as mentors and coaches, man, that you know, we're having those face-to-face conversations, man. In our facility, when they come into the indoor facility, I'm the first person they see every day. I sit there and I take roll every day and weigh them in. So I put them on the scale right in a table in front of me. But it gives me at least 5 seconds with every kid in our facility every single day, at least. How was your day? How was your weekend? How's your mama doing? Did you get that homework done? Blah, blah, whatever it is. But it gives the head coach 5 seconds before they see anybody else every single day, and that's my job. That's what I do. And you know, it just goes back to trying to foster relationships, man.
That's what it is, Coach. And then I want to ask you, if you don't mind sharing, if it's too personal, I understand, Coach. Yeah. But how is Troup set up? Because you just mentioned the indoor facility. How is Troup set up in terms of like just the administration, the support from the community, support from the administration, and all the resources you need in order to kind of just get to where you want to go with this program?
Yeah. Thing number one is we have great facilities. Okay. When we built this indoor facility, we moved into it 3 weeks before COVID hit. Okay. So we moved in, moved out. So we were one of the first in West Georgia, maybe even in the state of Georgia, that had this type of facility. Okay. So that we got phenomenal facilities. We got the indoor facility. We got great weight room, great meeting rooms. Our administration is phenomenal, man. I mean, you know, the thing that they do the most is they hire us to do a job and they kind of stay out of the way, so to speak, when it comes to micromanaging that. And they let us do our thing, man. They let us get every kid in weight training. I've got coaches that help out in weight training. They finagle the schedules around so I can be available when I need to be available. So that's thing number one. So facilities are there. The administration support's there. You got players. You know, I think the biggest thing with resources is it goes back to that feeding program that I talked about. Is you constantly got to go raise money to feed guys. You got to go feed them, man. I mean, you got to feed them. You know, I mean, we do breakfast, we do lunch, we do snack, we do meals after practice. We got a protein machine that's constantly running. They just go in there, put their cup down, fill it up, keep walking. You know, I mean, keeping them hydrated. You know, with certain things, Gatorade products and stuff. I mean, that stuff is expensive. And I think that's our biggest task. You know, I would be willing to say 85% of the money that we raise goes straight to feeding kids. Straight to feeding kids, man.
Wow.
I mean, I would rather we do without, in some regards, coaches, you know, on certain things or technology with certain things, because we're going to feed them first. And then if we got money left over, we'll go buy some fancy jerseys or this or whatever, man. But 90%, and I'm talking about the booster club money now. You know, the school pays for the equipment, the jerseys, and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, as far as we're not raising money to, I don't know, go buy things. We're buying food, protein, bottled water, you know, all those things. You know, a lot of time kids don't like to eat anymore either now. I mean, you got to really push these kids to eat the right stuff, to do right, to recover, take care of their bodies. Man, I'll tell y'all one really, really cool thing is that we just got a new head athletic trainer. Okay, his name is Robbie Stewart. Okay, Robbie was the head football trainer at Auburn for the last 7-8 years. Okay, so he was there for 2 or 3 Auburn head coaches. And then when Coach Glisson just came in, he brought his own person with him. So Robbie was looking for a job. I was like, hey, man, you know, you probably want to stay in college, but we're right next door. And he bit, and he's here. He was at Clemson before that. And so he's a game changer, man, for us to bring in some new ideas, recovery process, how we rehab, how we do those things. He's a full-time trainer, so he doesn't tease, do anything of that. So we're blessed to have Robbie Stewart, man. That's a great hire for us.
I know you brought that up, Coach. Obviously, talking about just the innovation, the ideas he brought in. But have you seen maybe your players kind of, reacting to some of it? Not necessarily, oh, they got hired, but, when they're going through the rehab process or they're recovering or stuff like that.
The rehab process is easy. All right, because everybody wants to go to rehab when you get hurt. It's not the rehab. It's the being proactive and doing all your therapy so you don't get hurt. You know what I mean? Because nobody thinks I won't get hurt, right? We all think we're invincible, right? It ain't going to happen to me. You know what I mean? And so the rehab of it is really, really easy because everybody wants to get back on the field, right? It's really the pre-practice, taking care of your body when you're healthy. Everybody thinks you get stronger in the weight room, man. You don't get stronger in the weight room. Like if I go in there today and I got, I'm not very strong, right? But like if I got 135 on there and I'm going to do as many as I can and burn out, am I stronger on my first rep or am I stronger on that last burnout when I can't even get it off my chest?
Right.
Stronger on my first rep. What I did when I went in the weight room is I tore my muscles down. Now I got to go recover and then build that Band-Aid and that building block and come back the next day, break that process down again and keep stacking those days. And that's when I get stronger. That's when my muscles grow. It's not just about, and that's kind of tongue in cheek, right? I don't mean you don't get stronger in the weight room, right? But it's that cycle. Because if you don't have one of those building blocks, you got just the weights, but you don't eat. Or, you don't recover, or you don't do this and that, or you're putting bad things in your body, you're not going to get as strong as you want to. You're not going to grow. You're not going to gain weight, the good kind of weight, the things we're asking you to do. So it's not the recovery the rehab process. It's more of the being proactive, the stretching, the things that we ask you to do that keeps you from getting hurt. The kids don't understand. He's doing this so I don't tear my ACL. He's doing this so I don't cramp, or he's doing this because so I don't have stiff hips. All those kind of things. The kids don't really get that, but that's the thing that you got to push the most. That's the hardest piece, Because everybody, when practice over, they want to go see the girlfriend, they want to run home, go get a shower, do all that. But you got to put in the work, man. It's more than just work between the lines. You got to put in the work.
That's it, Coach. Got to put in the work. So speaking of, Coach, I got to ask you, I know this has been asked, but what's your motivation, Coach? What makes you tick? Why do you continue to keep doing this year after year?
The people. It's people, man. I just love people, man. I'm just a people person. I get my joy from seeing other people succeed and be happy. You know what I mean? I just like, a kid assign a scholarship, a kid go to the workforce, kid go, buy his first house. The kid, coaches, that have never won a championship and they win a championship, or those things. That's what drives. It's a mission field. I'm a believer. That God created everyone special. I'm a firm believer in that. I don't want to look at God when I get to the pearly gates and He asks how many. All you did was try to win football games or baseball games. What did you do with my creation? What did you do with my people that I entrusted you with? I surrounded you with. They played for you. You were the head coach. How did you treat them? What did you do? And I don't get it right all the time. Now I'll tell you that. Now I do not. I'm a sinner saved by grace. But the biggest deal is, I want. That's the mission field. I think we've got too many people now too are kind of scared to talk about God in schools and that kind of thing, and that's why we sit where we sit. That's why the world looks the way it looks, man. We don't value each other the way we used to or should, the way the Bible tells us to do it. And I'm just a firm believer, man. And I also believe this. Kids need loving the most when they deserve it the least. Kids deserve loving. They need loving the most when they deserve it the least. It goes back to my kid that's playing for us right now, senior. If he messes up, I'm not going to kick him out of the house, man. I ain't kicking nobody off team. I'll kick you off for stealing. If you steal from us, you got to go. Because I just can't trust you, man. I can't have it. But I ain't kicking you off team. I might make your life miserable, and you may want to quit. But you're either going to quit or conform. But I ain't kicking you off team. I'm not going to kick my son out of the house. This is a public high school, man. I ain't kicking him off team. All right. That doesn't mean you got to play now. Hey, you stand on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? that they ain't got nothing to do with your playing time. But we also ain't gonna kick you out of the family, man. Kids make mistakes, man. I mean, if we ain't there for them, who's gonna be there for them? You know, so man, my philosophy is just a little bit different than everybody, but that's what drives me every day, man. Today, this is my 28th year getting out of bed to go to the first day of football practice today, and I woke up at 4:30, popped out of the bed. I was ready to go, man. I was in the office by 5:15. I was ready to rock, baby, and we had a great practice. And you know, I'll keep doing it till God says no more.
Wow. I want to get one more, and I'll throw back to Big. I want to go back to your point of just this is just a societal question, but why do you think we don't, preach the word of God more and talk about faith? You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily only in the schools, Coach, but just in society as a whole. I feel like we're almost lost in innocence.
Yeah. That's a great question, man. I can tell you this: in the schools, people are scared to death. Scared of losing their jobs. When it comes to society and stuff, it's twofold. The thing number one is in society, I think that we just got too many things that are pulling our interest. I mean, the devil's smart, man. I mean, he's conniving. He roars roams like a lion looking for somebody to devour, right? And so, he knows. Somebody told me one time, if the devil can't make you bad, he'll make you busy.
Ooh.
Think about that for a minute now. He can't make you bad, then he'll make you busy. He ain't got to make you bad. He just got to get God out of the equation. He got to get you worried about the cell phone, worried about what's on TV, worried about pleasing ourselves, doing that. He ain't got to make you bad now. He ain't got to make you no killer or nothing like that. He just needs to make you busy, keep you occupied, keep football first, keep God way down here, keep baseball up here, keep God way down here. Keep your family up here, God way down here. If he can just keep you busy, man, he got it made, man. And so I think it's twofold. I think people are scared to take a stand because of social media. People can hide behind a screen now and come at you. And I mean, back in the day, they used to have to say it to your face. They ain't gonna say it to your face no more. So the thing number one, people are scared. People are scared of how people are going to react to them, and especially in schools. And you got all these atheist groups and different things that come at you. I've had them come at me before. The great thing is I've had great support, from the administration. And I ain't forcing it on you. I mean, that's a big deal. Now, I ain't telling you how you got to think, man. That ain't my job. But if somebody asks me what I believe, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to share my testimony if you ask. I ain't scared to do that 100%. And the second thing is, I think if the devil can't make us bad, he tries to make us really, really busy. And we're busier than we ever have been in the history of the world. I mean, we stay busy, man. And that's just, it's tough. It's a tough balance, right? You just got to be really self-disciplined in what you're looking at. And there again, now, I get it wrong more than I get it right, brother. I do. So y'all don't think I got it all figured out, because I don't, brother.
That's a tough question to follow right there, man.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I'm glad you asked her. I'm glad.
I had to.
That's great, man. That's great, brother. I appreciate the question.
Sure.
All right, let's see what I got in my bag, man. So I guess for you, Coach, man, family, man, you talked about kind of what you do. So what do you kind of do to whenever you get busy, just to recent yourself, or you know what I mean?
Man, there you go, man. Y'all got great questions. I'm about to ask y'all some questions, man. Y'all too good.
Feel free.
Y'all too good. All right, so the deal is, here's another thing, okay? So I heard Nick Saban speak one time. Nick Saban was recruiting Key Makuta. He was one of our linebackers, and he went to Alabama. And anytime that those coaches come in to us or we go to them, I try to steal one thing from there. I'll even ask him, hey, what's the one thing I can take back to Troup or whatever that would help us? Nick Saban said this. I thought it was great, man. You can only have as many priorities that are on one hand. God, family, football, baseball. That only leaves me one other thing. Right. And I don't even have that. But you can't have more priorities than what you got on one hand to be really good. You'll be a jack of all trades, master of none.
Wow.
Right? If you try to do too much, right? So for me, it kind of goes back to that, God, my family. When you to a straightforward answer about, what do I do in my downtime? I don't play golf. I don't hunt. I don't fish. I may do that one day when I retire. But it's all about my family. And my wife being in education is such a blessing, because a lot of our date nights are watching middle school basketball games or, going over here to cheerleading competition or watching her kids and Troup kids and kids that may be at Troup now, but they were at her school that she still knows, and so we're so sucked in and embedded into this community. That's the biggest thing. So for me, I'm football and I'm baseball, and God and family, and that's it, man. That's all I've got. I've got a great support staff. My mom and dad are still in good health. I got a great circle of friends that are family members. It's that's it, man. That's all I got. That's a good question too, man.
I'm glad.
All right, I got one for y'all. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So check this out. So, what from a media perspective, like in the summertime. So now we're into like what I call talking season, right? So like how much access do people give y'all in the summertime to like players, coaches, 7-on-7s? Are y'all able to get out and see a lot of people? I know, you got other jobs and things going on too. So how does that work for you guys in the summertime?
Go ahead, Najeh.
Yeah, I said for me, man, it really depends on just kind of how you ingratiate yourself with just, media coordinators, if the school has it, coaches. Yeah. And they kind of tell you, hey, like, Najeh, I have this coming up. Like, we have a 7-on-7, or we're going to have a padded camp, or we're going to have in this OTA, hey, come through, right? Yeah. So I think it comes from the cachet that you're able to build, the trust you're able to build, and then get kind of more access to the program. So for us, like, I went to Creekside Padded Camp. Yeah. In the spring, I did a spring tour. We was in Valdosta, Thomasville, but it was just relationships rebuilt and kind of going from there. So we'll do those, and then some schools have media days. So like this week, we'll have Griffin Media Day, and then we'll have Lovejoy Media Day, and then we'll have like a camp on Sunday.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That it goes back to anytime I do something with somebody, right? I want to steal one thing, and so I'm trying to pick y'all's brain. Bacon, what you think, man? Same deal.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. I mean, just you already know what Coach Najeh knows. Teacher, he said it. It's a relationship thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just treat people right but be genuine about the kids. Don't just try to capitalize or whatever it is. Just be genuine and everything will be added onto you. So yeah, I think he said it perfect. But in terms of the access, you know what I mean? Once you build a trust, you kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let you do what you do because you build that trust. You know what I mean?
That's right. Well, y'all know y'all are always welcome down at Troup High School, man. And that's the thing that I want to try to boost that media, the presence that we have there, I should say. And we got guys down here like Kevin Eckleberry and all those guys do phenomenal jobs and stuff, man. But, just to get kids, recognized and get there again to tell our story, man. Tell the story.
Yes.
That's what we did. Just tell the story, man. You just tell them the story. And because if you're not, that Mad Mama on Facebook is, right?
You ain't lying about that one. They running up on Facebook. They add you and everything.
Oh boy, telling you.
I know you know.
That's the way I go when I get to looking at it.
Oh man, Coach, I got a story. I won't say the player's name, but it was a player I was talking about. He just transferred into a school, right?
Okay.
So he's a top 2028 quarterback. They already have a guy. He's a 29 that's playing. So I talked about 2028 transfer. The mom goes on Facebook. She's mad. She was like, how you not mention my son? I was like, well, he transferred in. I was saying the perspective of him coming in. It was like, nah, you picking favorites. How? How am I picking favorites, Coach?
Come on, man. Come
on. They don't spare nothing.
Come on, man.
Man, they be different.
You can't make it up. You can't make it up, brother.
Nah, you can't, man. You just got to roll with it.
The truth sounds better than the lie.
I'm trying to tell you.
There it is.
Man.
This
transfer stuff's wild, ain't it?
Hey, what's crazy, Coach?
Popping,
when I was working at the old company, I was like, yo, they looked at me crazy. I was like, there's a legit high school transfer report. I was like, no, there's not. No, yes, there is. Coach, I'm gonna put you on game. It's a 100%. Player that's transferring from Lowndes. I won't say his name.
Yep.
I'm sure you know, but player transferring from Lowndes to another school. Like, that's major.
Yes.
I think Cohen Lawson just transferred from Colquitt to Lee County. Like,
I saw that.
It's consistent.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm really proud of, y'all, is that the culture that we've created. We try to work really hard not to have anybody leave us. But, I mean, you if you're a head coach right now and you think people aren't talking to your kids, oh, you wrong, brother. You're wrong. And so we've worked really, really, really hard to build those relationships and the atmosphere, and let Troup be a place where when you come, you really don't want to leave. So we didn't have any folks to leave us this year, and I'm really, really proud of that. We gained some, from surrounding counties and stuff, and that's really because we do stuff like this, and they see it on social media, and they like, oh, may want to go play, may want to go check them out, may want to play over there, or maybe see the facilities, or obviously winning helps a lot, But we hadn't had anybody leave us this year, and that's a really good thing. I'm really proud about that, man. That's probably the thing I'm the most proud about, man. Cause I mean, people are going left and right, man. It's the wild, wild west.
Man, come on now,
man. I'm telling you. And these NIL deals are crazy, man. Crazy. And I'm talking about the college NIL deals right now.
They said they got high school ones too.
Oh, they do. Don't you think they don't? Don't you think they don't? They do.
Like Bill here and there.
They do.
Yep. Coach, have you seen the middle school ones where they go like, oh, I'm spending my next 4 years of my high school career here?
Man. Oh my goodness. I mean, what are we doing here? Hey, I got even better than that. I like the ones about, hey, I'm going to this camp. I decommitted from this camp to go to this camp. Have you seen that? Yeah.
Ain't no way they do that.
I was going to this camp, but so-and-so called me. So I'm decommitting from this camp, headed to this other camp. Like,
Coach ain't lying. Coach ain't lying. I seen a couple of those.
What are we doing? Man, what are we doing? It's wild, man.
All for the attention, man. I'm telling you, brother.
It is. All for the clicks, baby.
Crazy. Let me ask you, Coach, going back to the media piece.
Yeah.
For you, what do you think makes a good media outlet? Like they say, hey, man, I want to come cover Troup County. What would make that look presentable to you? Or what would they have to do to be like, okay, this guy can come back and cover my team?
Being fair. If you got to write a hard article or you got to tell it, I mean, as long as it's fair, I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. But, my biggest deal is I want to put so much positive stuff out there. The rainy day's coming, man. You're going to have a bad day, man. There's going to be a day where crap just hits the fan. But I just want fair coverage. I don't want somebody coming in that's going to try to steer the narrative. Just tell the story. Tell the story, man. Don't try to steer it one direction or the other. Just tell the story. If it's you got something that you need to bring light to that's not very good, bring light to it. But if there's a lot of positive stuff going on, I'm an optimistic person by nature. So I like to be around other optimistic people. So people that are optimistic, that are telling our story, man, I give them free access, man. Free access. Come on, bro. And, because like I said, number one, I'm for the kids, man. And but I want to tell the story. I want to be an open book. I bet there's a whole lot more positives going on than negatives. A whole lot more positives going on than negatives. And so, if we tell one bad story, we need to tell 5 good stories. That's it, man. That's how I feel about it. Otherwise, now I've had some in the past, man. I'm not gonna call names, and y'all have to be a little bit older to know this guy. But we're getting ready to play Cartersville, Trevor Lawrence. Okay, and we're undefeated. They're undefeated. And we go up there and we watch them because we got a bye week. So we go in and watch them. And I see him play for the first time in person. And we get back in the car and all my coaches are looking around. They said, do you think he's got a chance to get drafted? And I said, not only is he going to get drafted, he's going to be the number 1 overall pick. So in other words, we knew we didn't have a shot, man. I mean, they were so much better than us, man. I mean, we were just going to go out there and play the best we can. But anyway, we had this one media guy, that would come to practice. And he kept hounding me about, hey, man, pretty much saying, hey, you ain't got a chance, you ain't got a chance, you ain't got a chance, you ain't got a chance. But he was forming it. He was bringing it to me and shooting it at me different ways, saying the same stuff over and over and over. But he was trying to, finally I said, hey, man, we're going out there to try to play football, try to win a game. I mean, we're going to try to go win a game. Right. Well, he posts out in the newspaper and all the next day, Troup coach guarantees victory.
Dang.
And it gets to the Cartersville people. It gets on their bulletin board, and we got the brakes kicked out of us. But I told him, I said, hey, don't come back, man. Because the things he wrote in the article and stuff, but don't come back, man. You were trying to create a narrative that wasn't there. You baited me into this thing right here because you just kept pestering me about, like, should we even get on the bus? And never at one time did I even think about guaranteeing a victory because I knew we couldn't stay with them on the field. But you tried to make me. So anyway, that's about the only time in the media that I've really had to ban somebody. Really,
that's just bad journalism, Coach.
Right, it is bad journalism. It is. He ain't been back to Troup since. So tell you that
for sure.
Don't need to do that. Make it fair. Yeah. Can Troup County pull off an upset?
Coach is optimistic about ball game or something, but don't. Yeah. I promise you, the headline says Troup head coach guarantees victory. That was the headlines. No, man, come on, man, get out of here with that mess. Yeah.
I never know what it is. I mean, I know what it is. I guess it's to sell paper. I don't know if there was a time where we started to
trying to make a name for yourself. Trying to sell paper. Trying to, bad stuff sells anyway. Drama sells. That kind of stuff, man. And I ain't here for the drama. I ain't got time for the drama, man. Yeah, I mean, we hear about kids, man. I tell our folks all the time, this ain't no adult rehab program. It's for the kids, man. We here for the kids. You better get your orders. If you coach for me, you better get your order. You got to get your house swept. I mean, we got to take care of kids, man. I mean, we're going to lean on each other too, but it ain't an adult rehab program. It's about what we can do for kids,
Man.
So if you're going to come in our building, I need you to kind of have that philosophy too, right? You're here for the kids, right? Bar none. No matter what. If I'm going to open my house up to you, I want people that share that same philosophy, And, but you find more people that are that way than they're not. There's a lot of good people out there, man.
100%. I mean, Coach, I know we taught your head off for an hour 17, man. I want to hold you from the fam. I know you take other obligations and talk to the two guys online.
Hey, dog, I've enjoyed it. I'm looking at my cell phone right now. Can you see it? I don't know if y'all can see it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can see it.
Look at that text message right there.
Yeah, you flooded.
Over 1,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, just a little over 1,000. We got some work to do to catch up. But there again, like when I go out on the field, I ain't taking my phone out there, man. I'm about the kids, man. I'm in the weight room. I ain't answering my phone. You have to get back with me later, man. I mean, we got to be. If the kids are there, we're gonna be about the kids. So, guys, I enjoyed it, man. I really did. I hope y'all come down to Troup County, man. Get some sideline passes. Hey, LaGrange game's gonna be good. That Calhoun game's gonna be good. That Calhoun game might be 2 versus 3. I think Sandy Creek's probably going to be, they rightfully so. They need to be number 1. But I can see Calhoun and Troup, in that top 5 matchup in week 3. Y'all come on down.
So what are the protocols to acquire a media pass? We need to hit the AD.
Just call me. Hit me up. I got you. I got a media guy, and I can put y'all in contact with him. I got 2 of them actually that handle recruiting and media and all that kind of stuff. They'll take good care of y'all and get you down there and give you full access, man.
I appreciate it. I had to ask.
All I say is, if I drop a bad word, don't put it out there on me. Make sure you beep it out. I try really hard not to say it, but sometimes the S word may come out and I have to slap my own hand. But it ain't a good look on me, But other than that, man, y'all got free access, baby. Come get it.
We got it. Hey, last thing we're gonna let you go, Coach. Yeah. That week we come. We gotta have you on the show to pregame the matchup, though.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
It is.
Add you to the list, baby. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. I appreciate it, man. Y'all stay safe, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Salute.
Thank you, Coach. Much love.
All right, guys. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
Right. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Coach, so Najeh. Go ahead, Najeh. I feel like you got a lot to say, brother. Go ahead.
Great guest, man. Great guest, man. I remember having him on before, way back when, man, at old company I was working for at Score. But that was cool, Bacon, because that didn't feel like a – how can I say it? That didn't feel like a media – that didn't feel like a TV conversation.
Nah.
That didn't feel like coming up. Like, that felt like just Coach Glisson just being himself. Like, that felt like a conversation.
Yeah,
to me. Definitely. That's like a conversation. So that was dope. Like, if we was to have a sit down with him, like, that's what I would want it to look like. Like, that was smooth, man. They definitely got a good coach down there, man. So
man, hey man, I'm just like you, seeing a lot of coaches, talk to a lot of coaches, man. But I mean, Coach Glisson's energy is infectious and it's authentic, man. And it comes from
It
you
is.
can tell it comes from a good place. So I ain't got no problem with Coach G. Ever since the first time I met him, man, it's been the same. Been the same. Yeah.
Love that. But nah, that's all I was gonna say, man. I thought just great job of you putting that together. That's exactly why, brother, I wanted to get like these certain coaches on just to like right before the preseason. People gonna have media days. Some people ain't doing media days, so I think it's just great bacon just having those people, those coaches on, man, just to talk about their teams. And you see it like they love more media coverage. So I think we hit the last 2 weeks, man, talking to Carver, Columbus, and then Troup County today, man. So I think just continue to hit that West Georgia, kind of like South Georgia areas, man. I think that'd be great. But I thought great guest, great work by you.
Nah, I mean, I can't take all the credit. I gotta thank coaches at Towns. I mean, he's the AD, and I believe it's a coach too. Coach Townsend of Troup County. He helped me put this on, man. So if you're still watching, Coach, appreciate you for connecting the dots for me. And I got to shout out Coach Teagle, man. He's the one. I was at the Newton Troup County game trying to, as well as Coach Mill too. I was at the game. So I'm trying to line these interviews, trying to make sure, and found Coach Townsend, and he connected the dots for me. So I said, Coach, shout out to Coach Townsend, Coach Mill, and Coach Teagle for sure.
Great work, brother.
Yes, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you coming on and providing an interesting perspective. Great question, brother. You know what I mean? If flipping the switch, you know what I mean? That's talent, brother. So appreciate you, brother. But ladies and gentlemen, we ain't gonna keep you. You know what I mean? Stay tuned to Najeh Wilk and Bacon Network because there's a lot more fire coming. And if you saw the story, and if you saw I can't remember the song I chose from the Franchise Boys, but stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't
my white tee.
see my
white tee.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
I
couldn't. It wasn't even on Instagram Music, brother. That's what I was trying to find.
That's crazy. What?
Yeah, man. That was the biggest one, man. It went up 2 bits, man. They said, man, nah, we can't put down on the ass with too much royalty money. We can't, So I just was messing with the Atlanta Classic, man. That one hurt my heart, man. I probably spent like 5 minutes. I know it's on here. It was like a bunch of remixes. I thought I was gonna just pull at the end of a remix, but I couldn't get nobody credit for the remix. So, man. It's tough, man. Any before we go, we still got some people in the chat. Any advice, any words of wisdom from Najeh Wilkins this evening?
This one I just speak from the heart, man. I just tell anybody, man, like life is hard. Life's gonna kick your butt. Some things are just out of your control, just try to control the controllables, bro. And I think the biggest thing, man, just keep your mental strong. When you're going through the stress or adversity, man, lean on your support group. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that can help. Just get good people around you, man. You might only have 1 or 2 people, all right, but make sure they're good people. I think that's the biggest thing, man, to help usher through, man. And remember, when that adversity hits, remember that it's a plan from God for you, right? He's not gonna put nothing on your plate you can't handle. So usually when you hit that hard adversity, you're like, bro, I want to give up. That's usually when your breakthrough's coming. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a testament of that. I'm struggling myself, to be completely honest with y'all. Just trying to get my mental right. Like I'm dealing with things personally, family members sick. Like it's hard, man. But I'm trying to push through. And it's difficult, bro. Like what I saw today, just now I can see me starting to like tear up a little bit. It's hard, man. It's hard, but you just got to keep going. You got to keep going. You can't stop. You can't expect somebody to feel sorry for you. But you got to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep pushing. So as today, like I could have been like, nah, I ain't gonna do it, but Bacon's had my back. You know what I'm saying? Through thick and thin. So it's like I got to be there. Even though I mentally don't want to be there, got to show up. Showing up's half the job, bro. I'm saying that's gonna get you there, bro. 60, 70% showing up. It's gonna get you where you want to be in life. It's just being consistent. So I'll leave it out with that today, man. Just continue to work and grind, get the right people around you, right support group. And life is tough, bro. It ain't sweet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't sweet, but just keep a good mindset, man. Read, stay in your faith. If you don't have faith, if you don't believe in God, like just try to find you something that makes you happy, bro. You know what I'm saying? That hobby you have or something that can really just, you know what I'm saying, make you feel better. I'll leave you out with that today, man. That was all over the place, but that's just a message from me.
I think great message, brother. Appreciate you being vulnerable, people. We need more vulnerability on things like that because you know what I'm saying, people are suffering in silence. People are smiling on the inside and smiling on the outside, screaming on the inside. So appreciate you for doing that, brother, man. It's just like what we do that's what we like to do on this platform, ladies and gentlemen. Is, you know, we're all going through things, especially this times is tough. It's not a secret we talk about all the time, but we want to be a place where we can, you know what I mean, help you to keep pushing forward and keep achieving greatness because it's in you, not on you. So that's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you this Thursday, and then we'll see you next Monday. Peace and love.